got to walk
Got to walk
that lonesome valley.
lonesome valley.
You got to walk it by yourself. There's no one here can
Go
go
there
there
with
with
you.
you. You got to
Go.
go there by yourself.
And now we're back. Shall we go on? I think we shall. Let's go find this lady to fix our TV. It's Conway has places to go. Alright, let's check our little book here. We want Shannon Marquez's workshop. From the Marquez farm, up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet, it's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Alright. Sorry. Peonia and Wax, that's the names. Okay. I won't forget again. There's no one go there with you. Right, let's check out the factory. Just because why not? A creek runs alongside the highway and then turns towards a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by the trees, reads, Artificial Limb Factory. Right, that's where we want to turn, right? Now by the lake. I just remember somebody talking about the artificial limb factory. Fair enough, there's nothing we can do here. There is kind of an interesting thing, if I remember, if you do deign to explore a bit, sometimes you will come across this, like for instance, an on-ramp. Oh no! No, I wasn't ready. I want to go find the on. This is the zero. I just discovered it. No, we're not ready for this yet. I'm always ready to leave. Come back. Come back. Hopefully we can still do the Marquez stuff. I didn't mess anything up. I think it's maybe up here. Maybe not. Priceville Road. Raider Hill. It might not show up now. It's going to take 65 all the way up. Alright. Let's get off here and take a look around. I haven't seen Peonia yet. Guitar player. A young man in gray stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug. To his right, a weathered dog. At the dog. The dog closes his eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Give him a dollar. The young man stops playing, pulls the wet dollar bill out of his whiskey, and hands it back to Conway. All right. Well, I suppose that was not the right thing to do there. Looking for our road here. The bait shop. And there she is. Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, Live bait. Minnows, small and also large for stripers. Night crawlers, chips and beer. The green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirty parking lot sprawls unevenly into the grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Let's read the flyer. Computer printed type in a bold font surrounds a clip art illustration of a TV set. TV has eyes, arms, and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against its wire antenna. TV repair. No model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Fair enough. Conway enters the bait shop. Uh-oh. You hear the aquariums. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. The left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Let's look in the tanks. Conway approaches the tanks. Wow, it's getting pretty loud. The 3 metal tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray, the second, a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along its surface. Let's see if I can, I'm going to pause it for just a second here, so that I may adjust our desktop audio just a tad. Okay. Moving on. So, should we reach into any of these tanks? I mean, the second muddy pink is clear, but silver. Alright, the water seems to tremble with life. Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eyes near the surface of the water, he can see something colorful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Let's reach a little deeper. A tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips and up to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water is running warm under his skin now, and he has the sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop. New shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He's exhausted. They must have started before dawn. His legs are sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down the new ones. His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter just to get his eyes open, then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at that place on Cumberland. The cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe. It's all an echo now. Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, then above it to a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electric sign has come dislodged and fallen into the water. He helps Conway to his feet, looks at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. Alright, well that was interesting. Let's go approach the counter. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. A handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads, "TV repairs by appointment, please consult with cashier." The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign, reads it, then points it out to Conway. Let's read the note. "Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. Don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way. Shannon." Let's ask about the basketball game. Cashier switches on the radio. An AM sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or to drown out his questions. Alright, well, let's go check those tanks. It's getting pretty loud here again. Alright, I'm going to reach into the first tank. I brushed against something roughly the size of my palm. Conway's hand comes into contact with a scaly, uneven surface. As he runs his finger along the bottom, a bead of sweat bridges the inches from his temple to the water's surface. Something bites at his forearm. He recoils. Alright, well that was a mistake. Conway's fingers slip through something fleshy but inert. The sensation is nauseating. As his elbow passes into the pinkish mass, He realizes he's about to be sick from the smell. He pulls away. Alright, well, I think we've gotten what we can get from these tanks. Let's get out of this shop. Vaulted. Alright, we've seen all this. Alright, let's get out of here. So we need to find the mine, and I kind of think we've already found it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just making sure that mouse pointer isn't on your screen. That's fine. Alright, so I'm thinking this over here is the mine. It looked like a mine. Definitely didn't look like an on-ramp. So let's try this again. It was scene 3 last time we got here. Now it's scene 4. That's interesting. I don't think anything changed, though. Let's talk to old Blue. Maybe he's got some insight. Conway brushes some dirt off Blue's hat. How's it going, Blue? I definitely must have skipped something, because, yeah, this ain't right. I just found this. Like, this. Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. We just drove around and ended up sequence breaking the game a little bit, it looks like. Because nobody told us where to go. So let me look and see in my book if I have any mines. Get back on 65, head north, and take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Well, wait, isn't that where we are? Yeah. But it says on-ramp. It doesn't say mines. It looked like mines. That's why I thought that's what it was. I suppose we'll go back. That's the artificial limb factory. Alright, last time. Let's head back in. Now we're scene 5, so apparently every time we show up here, we're going to advance a scene. I feel like I might have messed something up, but let's go take a look. Here she is, so I didn't mess it up. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. And now we come to one of the more interesting mechanics of this game. You control all the dialogue. So even the people that you are expecting to give you answers, you're kind of in control of that. So here we go. Let's see. Do we want to say, yeah, it is kind of an emergency? I think that'll keep the conversation going. Do we want to say it's $200 for 2 weeks? No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. Well, that's definitely going to end the talk, so I don't want to do that one. I'll say this one. Yes. Let's see. Yes, and I appreciate that, but... Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. And now, Conway meets Shannon. He's a stranger to her. Excuse me, man. I saw the light was on, and I'm looking for the on-ramp to... You believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. We believe a place can be haunted. That's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Well, sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. What haunts you? Bad decisions, I guess? Wasted youth? Look, here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Bassett's Antiques, and I'm trying to finish this job. Making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Z Road. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez. She sent me this way, and so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp. But that's what it's been like so far anyway. What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere. We'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying. And then my dad walked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard, collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry. She said it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a lie. At the time I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. What are you doing down here, Shannon? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or, anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else. We've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. We've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology. Okay. Topology, that's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Sounds pretty neat. Well, you gotta stay here, bud. Sorry. It's not listening. Hopefully it does. Not sure. PA system. That runs into the mine's PA system. You think it still works? The little light on the front of it is off. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff out. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Cold script, you know? And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air out, well, you gotta put a token in. The parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours, and I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. I'm just to think of something clever to say. I heard the speakers back there crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well, okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time, figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Conway taps the mouthpiece. Conway scrapes a coin across the mouthpiece. Conway blows on the mouthpiece. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with the cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. So just say something in the mouthpiece and we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. What did you have for breakfast today? Here is a story. I used to work doing roof repair. We even fixed up a church roof once. Should have taken us an hour to get there. Then a thunderstorm hit. It was too late anyhow. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You probably is, though. One more test. Just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. When you breathe, it's about to go. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Finally breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. I have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the train. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Ah, well, okay. There's some luck, right? You should be able to ride this tram right out of the auxiliary exits. If there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? I'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. All right, here we go. Next time on Kentucky Route Zero, we'll discover what awaits deeper in the mines. Until then, take it easy.